Okay, next we go to the how to declare variable. Before we know the what is a variable, we need to know what the identifier. What is the identifier? Identifier used for a variable name or function name. Okay, its name when you want to choose the variable name or write the variable name or function name, you need to follow the rules how to write the valid identifier. So what's the identifier? Identifier is a series of a character consists of a letter, digit, and underscore. It's mean you should be unique and meaningful. Identifier is a case sensitive. It means uppercase and lowercase letter is considered different. For example, you see, as a human, we thought, okay, one, yeah, okay, we thought the first number, second number, and third number is a same. But in a Java program or for the identifier considered different. Okay, why is a considered different identifier? Okay, let's say okay, before this, you all learn about the machine language, right? So machine language from using a binary number. Okay, you see binary number for A and capital letter A and a small letter of A. Is it have a same binary number? No, eh? So that's why the computer, a machine, considered them three of a number as a different identifier. Okay, how to write the valid identifier? Okay, we have a rules. Okay, first, the first character must be a letter, an underscore, or a dollar sign. Okay, if the identifier start with the digit, is mean invalid identifier. Okay, second, must not use any other symbol other than letter, digit, dollar sign, and underscore. Must not use a reserved word such as while, integer, do, float, class, is many of a reserved word. So all the reserved word cannot use as a identifier. Okay, you see the example of valid identifier. First length. Okay, all the letter. Number, all the letter. Num1 combination with the letter and number. X, Y is a letter. Total dollar signs. Okay, total is a letter and then a symbol. Okay, symbol only you can use dollar sign and underscore only. Okay, area is all a letter, volume, sum, BMI, each is a letter only. Mark 2 is a combination with letter and a digit. Total underscore P. Total underscore P is a combination with a letter and the symbol which I use the underscore. So the rules to write a valid identifier combination with the letter, digit, and a symbol. which is I use a dollar sign and underscore only. Okay. Another rules to write a valid identifier. Okay. The identifier cannot have a blank space. You see? Total P. Okay. You can write another way. Total P. Okay. Or total P. Don't have a blank space. Okay. You rapatkan saja. Okay. This is an example of a valid identifier and invalid identifier. Why here is invalid? Okay, the first one we have a space. Second one we use another symbol from a dollar sign or underscore. The third one is same. Okay, cannot use other than symbol of dollar sign and underscore. Okay, this one is same. Okay, cannot use other symbol except for the underscore or dollar signs. Okay, here identifier cannot start with a number. This one is same, cannot start with a number. So you know how to write the valid identifier. Okay, I need you to identify, is it identifier valid or invalid in a tutorial session. Okay, you know what's a identifier, and then identifier used for the variable name, right? So before we declare the variable, you need to know the primitive data types. Okay, what's the primitive data type? Primitive data types are the most basic data type available within the Java language. It means what's the value that hold the variable name, the variable. Okay. So for primitive data types, okay, integer, int for the integer value. Second, double for the floating point or decimal number. Third one, boolean for true or false value. Fourth, char for the character. Okay, we go to the first data type, integer. Okay, integer used to declare variable that will store integer number such as 7, -11, 0, and so on. Okay, range of data assigned to the integer data type. Okay, a lot of negative 21474836482, the positive number. Okay, how to declare using the integer data type? So integer age is a variable semicolon. Okay. Why we choose age is the most suitable data type in integer? Because age cannot use a floating point like my age. Okay, so we cannot say my age is 24.5. Okay, it must be a store the integer number like a 24. Okay, next, double. Double used to declare a variable that will store the larger decimal number, okay, such as a 3.4, 0.01, -11.9. Okay, range until 15 significant digit. Okay. Example of declarations. Okay, we choose a double tax rate, double average, double height, double length. Okay. Should apa ni, the variable, to declare the variable, we store the decimal number. Okay, next, Boolean. Okay, a Boolean value represent a true or false conditions. This means that variable that hold either the true or false value. Let's see. A Boolean can also be used to present any two state, such as light bulb being on or off. It means true or false. So true or false is a reserved word. Okay. How to declare the Boolean? Okay, Boolean light on. Okay. Equal to true, or Boolean light on is equal to false. This depends on a problem statement given. Okay. Next, char. Okay, used to declare variable that restore character, such as in A capital letter, A small letter, 9, asterisk. Okay, if we put a single quote, it means we use that is a char. If you write the 9 only, is an integer, but we put 9 in a single character, single quote is a meaning char. Okay, clear? Okay. Char variable may hold only one character, single lowercase or supercase, or a single digit, or a single special character. Example of declaration, okay, char grade. Because a grade have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Gender, we have a M for male, F for female. Okay. But we see here, gender. Okay. We can put gender is for male instead of M. How to write a male or female? Okay, you can use a string data type. But string is not a primitive data type. Okay, so string for what? Used to declare variable that will store many characters, such as Ali, number 9. Okay, so we store a many character like string name. How to declare the string name? Okay, or string gender. We can use male or female instead of M or female. Okay, clear? Okay. What's a variable? Okay, variable is a location in the computer memory to store a value. Okay, a variable must be declared with a name and data type before it can be used. Okay, so each we call a variable name. Mark, we call the variable name. What's the value hold for the variable name? 7 for the each, and 85.0 for the variable name marks. Okay, the value of variable can be changed during a program execution. Okay. Okay, how to write a variable declaration? Okay. Variable declarations, we can use the general form of variable declaration, which is data type, and then variable name, and then we put the semicolon. Okay, data type refer the data type that will store in a variable. Like I mentioned before, we use the integer, double, boolean, char, string. Okay, variable name can be any valid identifier. This is how we write the variable declarations. Okay, what difference between variable and constant? Okay, you know variable can be changed. The value of variable can be changed during a program execution. But for the constant, it's mean, okay, hold the fixed value while the program is active. Okay, it's mean, okay, in a program while they execute, hold the fixed value. Okay, like, okay, pi can hold the fixed value, which is the constant value 3.142, or you can choose another variable that hold the constant value. Okay, how to write the constant value? Okay, a final variable is a constant. Okay, in Java we choose we write as a final to show the variable is a constant. Okay, so identifier with a value that cannot be changed during a normal executions. So a constant must be declared with a name and the data type. Okay, but for the constant name, okay, must be used all uppercase name. Okay, okay. It's a general form for the constant declaration. We need to write the final and then data type, constant name in all the capital letter equal to what's the value that the constant hold. Okay. So data type refer to the type of data that will be stored in the constant, like integer, double, boolean, char, string. Okay, look at the example first. Okay, for the constant value, okay, depends on a problem statement given. Okay, maybe the pass is GPA which is 2.0. So the whole program use pass GPA using 2.0 is a constant value. So we put final. Okay, 2.0 is a data type double. Okay, you see, gender. So all the constant name we use all the capital letter. Okay. Okay, here we put the sum differentiate between variable and constant. So keep in mind variable is the value of a variable can be changed during program execution. Maybe, okay, each start with a 1. Maybe the end of the executions, each they hold the 34 value. Okay, same with another example. Okay, for the constant, the value of a constant cannot be changed during program execution. It's mean, okay, in a same program, if we we put the constant value of age 10, so end of the program, age still have hold the value 10. Okay, so look at the example 3 for the variable and constant. Okay, the two variable total, okay, total equal to 0 here. Here total equal to 0. What's the difference? Okay, looks like the same, but we see here is a declaration of a variable. Here is a declaration of a constant. So different is, okay, maybe the before the executions, the program executions, the total whole equal to 0, but end program execution maybe the total become 100, okay, or another value based on the program executions. Okay. But for the constant, for the total, okay, if before the program execution we start, you set total equal to 10 to 0, end of the program total also keep the value 0. Is a differentiate between variable and constant. Okay, Java reserved word cannot use as a identifier. Okay, why? Because they are the keyword that reserved by a Java functions. Okay, example class, public, static, void, return, integer, double, boolean, true, false. A lot of Java reserved word you can find after this. Okay, where we declare variable in a block statement. Okay, usually we put the declare variable statement, okay, before we go to the another statement. It's mean you need to declare all the variable or constant before you use or the program use the variable or constant. Okay, you must declare. Okay, understand? Okay, that's all. Stay tuned for the next video for the input statement.